The US government is stealing your money via inflation. Did you know that the US government, as well as other governments around the world, have target inflation numbers? Meaning, quite literally, that they are intentionally inflating the currency and devaluing it, thus losing citizens' money. Currently, domestically and internationally, the standard for target inflation is about 2%. Bitcoin and blockchain technology were created to decentralize currency and restore economic power to the people. Bitcoin and blockchain were first introduced by pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008 via what he called his white papers. He published the white papers and gave the blueprints for the design of blockchain and Bitcoin. Blockchain is a log of transactions and data secured by layers of code and checked by many different separate individuals for authenticity across the world. It cannot be altered by one single member of the network, and this is especially powerful because the permanent nature and lack of a central power over the network make it trustworthy and virtually unhackable. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency store of value and inflation hedge which exists on the blockchain network. It can be used in many ways, like making purchases, an investable asset, or a hedge against inflation. Bitcoin finds its purpose to liberate the people economically and its differences with fiat currencies. The US dollar falls in the category of what are called fiat currencies. John McGinnis, a Harvard lawyer and former editor of the Harvard Review, describes fiat currencies as creatures of the state because fiat currencies derive their power solely from the government. The governing body decides how much a fiat currency is worth in purchasing power, and then that is only legitimized by the power and stability of that governing body. Poor fiscal policy and political instability directly undermine the strength of a fiat currency. If you see a government that is not strong and then they have economic turmoil, things like hyperinflation are usually soon to follow with the downfall of a country. So that makes the question, who needs Bitcoin or who might use it? Well, in countries like Venezuela, Nigeria, and Lebanon, where economic instability and political instability are both very real problems, they have issues like hyperinflation. They can see a glass of milk or a gallon of milk at the store costs hundreds of dollars. So those people might be interested in things like Bitcoin to store their value so they can put their money into Bitcoin and not see their wealth vanish from hyperinflation and their government's poor economic policy. Also, Bitcoin is of use to all people from all backgrounds. You can buy as little as $1 Bitcoin or over a billion like companies like Tesla just did. Gold was the initial favor as the hedge against inflation or financial collapse. But Bitcoin solves issues where gold falls short, further legitimizing its position as an economic liberator of the people. For instance, storing bars of gold is cumbersome and very dangerous, especially if you're in a country that's experiencing hyperinflation and there's extreme economic turmoil. For instance, where are you going to store your life savings of gold bars in a country where a gallon of milk costs hundreds of dollars? Whereas Bitcoin, you can store billions of dollars on something as simple as a hard drive. And all you need to access your Bitcoin is either the internet or a Bitcoin ATM.